no, we're not going to turn that down. So we originally had only planned to go to TwitchCon this month, but we had a whole week basically taken out of our schedule. But we also got to meet a lot of people, which was cool. Not just like fans, but actual people and folks at Blizzard, which was nice. But at any rate, we'll go over that stuff later. We are going to hop into game number 1 of a brand new best of 3. This is, of course, the Lycan League, and if you guys don't know, it's all put on by this guy here, Lycan. And if you want to give him a follow on Twitter, it's the best way to say thank you for the, I guess, putting his hard-earned cash. The reason he doesn't cast this is because he's at work doing real things, making real money so they can pay for the tournament every week. So again, just follow him on Twitter if you want to give him a real thank you for this, because that's what he wants more than anything else, it turns out. But at any rate, spawning in the bottom left corner of the map, it's going to be the red Protoss player. We just watched him play. You know him a lot better as DMC.
In the top right has the green Zerg. It's Tefel.
So I have a question mouse for you.
A question mouse?
A question mouse. What do you think of Protoss versus Zerg right now? When we saw Bly in the show match that you didn't cast, he was really upset thinking they're super duper OP. But I didn't see anything in the patch notes that really made it seem like it's that crazy different. Maybe just the nerfs to Zerg?
I have no idea. Thanks for bringing that up, Rifkin.
Oh. Well, I'm just curious what your thoughts were. I wasn't saying please give me the statistical analysis of PvZ.
No, I really have no idea. I haven't cast that many PvZs. We haven't cast that many Legacy of the Void games, except for that show match that you did, which I did not catch. And then there was the Red Bull, which I don't even remember a PvZ happening there. All I saw was like the PvTs, and they looked like fucking, you know, Protoss being Protoss.
Okay, then let me rephrase this in a way that it looks less like I'm setting you up for failure. Do you really think that the Roach Burrow speed nerf is going to affect the matchup that drastically?
Oh, no. Well, I mean, I guess some ways that people play, like Bly, it would affect them drastically. But that doesn't mean that in general the matchup is dead and broken.
Game paused.
Well, I got some comments on that, but to address chat really quick too, because someone's asking about our BlizzCon fundraising. We have tickets for BlizzCon set aside for us guys. That's not the issue. It's getting the plane ticket to go, just for clarity's sake, because we like to be transparent with what we're doing. But no, we were just gonna go there and try and scalp some tickets, and that's what the money's for.
Yeah,
It's so
and then if we
expensive.
didn't get it, we would have just like hung out at the beach. You know,
Because you know it's me and Zombie Grub, total beachgoers, just sit there flexing all day, muscle beach styles.
hey, I do maybe.
Like that little maybe. Anyways, yeah, Bro Speed was changed for the matchup, not super duper drastically, but you guys have, if you've seen any Legacy of the Void games up to this point, you've seen how fast Roach Speed was. Things like Oracles were just proving to be impossible for detection. You'd need observers, and even then they couldn't always keep up with the Roaches. So their new speed is not significantly nerfed, but it's enough that it's no longer crazy watching Bro Roaches move. The other thing too, Ravagers recently had a range increase added to the game through research. So their Corrosive Bile, that skill they have where it rains hell from above, can now reach just a little bit further. In fact, I believe it actually outranges Colossus by a couple. And of course, the most important thing is lurkers have decent sound now. It's still a little quiet, but at least the sound effect is better.
Yeah, it's still not what it needs to be. Basically, the sound effect is better. Just still not cool. They really need to make it just so you can feel the impact, you can hear the impact of how strong lurkers actually are. Their cool factor isn't there, and their intimidation factor isn't there, so people walk the Marines into it and they're like, why did all of them die? I don't know. Something happened.
Yeah, Heyoka brought up a great point when we were actually talking about some of that stuff too, where was it DTs and Brood War or whatever, they wouldn't make your units under attack alert go off, so it would just make them that much stronger.
On workers, yeah.
Yeah, on workers. So the same sort of concept applies where like you don't really know you're being annihilated until you actually physically see yourself die.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I guess, like, you could argue that it's a cool tactic in that way. Like, you know, sometimes mistakes end up, like, you know, being good. Like, muta stacking in Brood War ended up being a very important dynamic that wasn't originally intended. But I think in this case, it sucks because the cool factor is also taken away.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. And plus,
It's
they're not like harass units. They're supposed to be like big main army units too.
They can be harassed. Well, I mean, like in Brood War, they could be, right? Like we just talked about them killing probes and not having the alert go off.
Yeah.
But no one's using them because, like, yeah, they don't feel cool. They don't look cool, and they really are still kind of difficult to play with. You know, StarCraft 2, a much more it's faster paced in a way. Battles, you know, go down really a lot quicker. Drops with medevacs are a lot more potent. Lurkers, you know, obviously they have to burrow, do the attack, unburrow, walk wherever they need to go. They can be kind of cumbersome to use, just like Roach Hydra, which is what leads into it. We did have Roach Hydra, but now we have a Spire go down, so it might be Roach Hydra Corruptor?
Well, it could just be the investment in the later game. I think it's aiming towards Brood Lords later. Tefel is going for melee upgrades after all. But I'm a little bit worried though. He takes a 4th quite greedy. He's got a huge drone count right now, which isn't normally a bad thing for Zerg, but he's got no army supply. If there was burrow, if there was tunneling claws, if there was something to deal with these force fields, not so scary. But this is the first time Tefel's going to see this coming, and it's going to hit him so damn hard. I don't know that he's going to have anything to defend this. Hydras are on the way, but Hydras without upgrades are on the way.
Yeah, I really am quite confused why Tefel, like, getting just the Roach Horn and going into Ling Spire, we see that, you know, that's perfectly fine, but to go Roach Hydra and then investing into the melee upgrades and the mutas, I don't know if his Legacy of the Void games have just had much slower Protoss who don't want to attack or what, but he's definitely in a pickle here. He had to pull his drones already just to try and defend. And
yeah, they're still pulled, by the way.
Not many forces had to be used.
I don't see Tefel holding this. There's no way, unless DMC just A-moves and fucks up really badly, there's no reason Tefel should lose this fight. Time Warp's a little bit funny to see go down. We do have 3 of them?
2 of them and a Guardian Shield.
Oh, Guardian Shield. It's like, what? That
yeah,
red orb.
They have a big delay on them when they actually take into effect, so by the time it even came into a bubble, like, all the roaches were already dead. It's whatever. Tefel was not expecting this attack for whatever reason.
I just can't believe it. Like, he had an Overlord on this side of the map. There should have been at least scouting to the main to see the multiple gateways, the natural base as well.
He must just be really used to facing slower Protosses, I guess.
Well,
ones that try and go to carriers, you know, instead of just regular Sentry Stalker.
The thing I find interesting, right, is that this is DMC. He's got always all-ins when we see him in Heart of the Swarm. I don't know why it would be much different here, right? Like, why play that different playstyle? Why?
That's a good question. I don't know.
All right, well, Tefel